Hi everyone, welcome to Tanya Jane English. I'm Tanya and I'm joined today by my daughter Tiana.
Hi.
How many different phrasal verbs can you think of that use the word to look? If you want to find out more, stay with us. Today we have 14 different phrasal verbs that use the word to look. It's a lot. It's a lot. So we're going to hop right in. Tiana, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
All right. So number 1 is to look out. You might say this if you're playing sports with a friend and a ball is coming right at them. You'd say, look out! So
that's a good one. You definitely want to know what that means if somebody said it to you, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, look on. An example of this one would be, for instance, if you were to drive by a car accident, you might say, there were a lot of people looking on as the police took care of the accident. So, even if you're a native speaker, you might not say it correctly, so don't worry.
This one's kind of similar, and you may have heard it in one of our last videos, which is to look into. And this one would be, we don't know what's going on, but the police are looking into it.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one too. This next one, number 4, is similar. Instead of look into, this one's look in on. And it basically means to check on something. You might say, I need to look in on my neighbor and make sure she's doing okay. Maybe your neighbor is someone who needs some extra care and attention. So what you're saying is you want to make sure she's okay. I'm going to look in on my neighbor.
All right. And this one is number 5. So this one's to look for, meaning to search. Often I find myself looking for my keys, or my wallet, or my phone.
Or all of them. At the same time.
Yeah.
And this next one, which is 6, I think. Number 6 also can mean to search, but it is look up. So we don't literally mean look up. What we're saying is to search for something. For instance, if you need to understand what an English word means, you might say, I need to look it up in the dictionary, or I need to search for it in the dictionary.
Yeah. So number 7 is basically means to reflect. It's to look back. You could say look back on or look back at. So I might say I was looking back on that period in my life and thinking something. I don't know.
You might be thinking, I looked back on that and I was thinking of what a good time we had.
Mm-hmm. Or another thing you could say is, I like looking back at pictures.
Right.
Because it's really sentimental and brings back memories.
Yeah, and in that case, you're actually looking back at the pictures. You're going through your phone and swiping back towards the pictures you took from before. So that one is actually a little more literal than some of them. Okay, number 8, to look through. We talked a little bit about this one before. You could say you were looking through someone's closet, so I'm going to look through my closet and see if I have anything to wear. Or I could say I was going to look through the book and see if I can find that phrase that I really liked. So you can look through a number of different things. You can look through a closet, you could look through a box of things, you could look through a paper or a book, anything of that nature.
All right, so number 9. This one kind of means to expect, and we're saying look to. So like I said, this means expect. Maybe you're, I don't know, filming an English YouTube video and you forget your line, so you could look to your partner for an example.
Hoping for some help. But if your partner has no idea what you're talking about, it may not be the person to look to.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10, to look after. To look after can mean to take care of or to care for something. So you might say, I need to look after her children. Maybe she's going to go to work and I'm going to look after her children while she's working. You might say the same thing for a pet or something like that. It's caring for something.
Mm-hmm. So, number 11, to look around. This one basically means to browse. You might say this if you're walking around town. You can say, I want to look around that shop. I want to look around for some books, or that's just what I always say. But,
Yes. Basically, you're looking around you. You're looking around the shop, around the place, wherever you are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, 12, to look forward to. This phrasal verb means something like anticipate or to be excited about something that's going to happen. And I hear myself use this one all the time when I say something like, I will look forward to seeing you soon, or I look forward to going to dinner tonight. It's something that I'm anticipating, something that I am excited about doing.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Number 13 is to look ahead. This basically means to plan. So I might say, yeah, it's a big goal, or that's a difficult problem, but don't worry, because I'm looking ahead.
Right. All right. So 14, to look up to. So this one's different than to look up, like we talked about earlier, to look something up in the dictionary or to browse for something. When we say to look up to, we actually mean we admire someone. Maybe they're one of our role models. It's someone that is important to us. So I could say, I look up to Tiana because she works really hard.
Oh, thank you.
So that's it for the 14 examples we have today. Let's take some time to practice. See if you can use one of these phrasal verbs in a sentence and put it in the comments below. Or if you want to write more than one sentence, maybe you could use a number of these phrasal verbs.
Yeah, see how many you could put in one sentence.
That would be really cool. We talked about it earlier, and we could actually think of at least one way you could use 2 of the examples we gave you in one sentence. All right.
Or you could leave a suggestion for phrasal verbs that you'd like to hear about. So
that would actually be awesome. We'd love to know which ones would be useful for you for another video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
bye.